So this channel has finally gained its 14,847th subscriber. That is awesome. Thank you 14,847th guy or gal for subscribing, and to you and everyone else who has joined within the last few months, welcome to the Khan's Den. Yeah. So, does anybody have Steam? Okay, frankly, I don't have a lot to say since the last 13k subs video. I do have something to say.
I think you're completely pathetic.
But I'd rather digest that by implementing it into the upcoming videos. Speaking of, perhaps you'd like to have an update on the projects that are in the works right now. Okay, this video is going to be longer than expected, but I gladly oblige. First off, the next documentary. As I have announced last week, it's going to feature Bumin, legendary founder of the first Turkic Khaganate. He is such a mythical figure that little is known about him. In modern literature, even his motivations for creating the empire are wrongfully evaluated. But after a rather facile overview of Bumin in my own first Göktürk documentary, we are gonna take a closer look at him on a personal level, at his surroundings and the geopolitical and cultural circumstances of his time. Bumin's revolution is due next Saturday. Furthermore, instead of uploading the same video 4 or 5 times, each time in a different language, I'm going to upload subtitles in the respective languages for the original English version instead. It's better for the algorithm anyway. You are also going to witness higher audiovisual quality than usual. That is not to say that the previous films and videos would have been subpar. I mean, when compared to other YouTube history channels, at least while watching my videos, you're not looking at the same boring map of the globe for 10 minutes straight. But I did also use maps, of course, simply to give you an idea and understanding of the geographical circumstances of each topic. With Bumin's revolution, I am gonna introduce a new and improved version of my previous maps. It has already been used during production of several future projects. Here is a little preview. I think it's pretty neat, but you won't have to stare at it for 10 minutes, so don't worry. After this project is finally finished and another few weeks of my life have been drained, we are going to make a third and final trip to the world of Turkic religion and cosmology. The topic is related to Turkic mythology. There are so many deities, mythical creatures and stories to cover that you can expect this video to be longer than usual. On this note, if you subscribe to my channel because you would like to hear more about Tengrism, I highly recommend you watch the second video in line about Tengrist and Turkic cosmology. It goes into much more detail than the first one. And thirdly, the next Göktürk movie. With a running time of approximately 50 minutes, I am gonna explain to you in the second movie of the trilogy what happened in the steppes of Eurasia after the fall of the Turk Khaganate in 630 and prior to the rise of the second Khaganate in 631. I don't want to spoil anything, but rest assured that this movie at its core of storytelling is less straightforward and more dynamic in nature than the first movie. On April 11th, 2 days after its release, my book about the rise and fall of the Göktürks is also gonna hit store shelves. Well, actually it won't, because I use self-publishing, so it'll be available exclusively on Amazon for the time being. Now, you can already pre-order the digital ebook version of it, and the hardcover and paperback versions will be available for purchase on release day. You know, I am really excited about the book. It'll be my first real book, and it's going to cover such an obscure and rarely discussed topic that, well, I can already feel the responsibility on my shoulders. Also, I have wanted to prove my old lecturers and professors at university wrong, so I guess finally the time has come. But there is another project in the pipeline, and I am sure that many of you have already heard of it. The Umay Atlas Encyclopedia. I have already given my monthly supporters on Patreon a preview of the Umay Atlas a few weeks ago, and I am now ready to share it publicly. Simply put, it's a website where you will find all kinds of information about the early Turks, meaning Turkic culture, religion, and way of life in form of an encyclopedia. But unlike other wikis, here the focus will be solely on Turkic history. The information is stored in the form of articles that include images, graphs and self-made graphics, as well as videos from my channel. After its initial launch, the Umay Atlas will only feature the time period between 400 and 650 CE with the first Göktürk Kaghanet at its core. I will then advance in the timeline and from time to time release articles about topics following the first Kaghanet, such as, surprise, the second Kaghanet, and other Turkic states like those of the Khazars, Shoyanshwa, and Oğuz Turks. All articles will be dense in information, but at the same time appealing even to casual readers. This is one of my main matters of concern, to make the encyclopedia as open for everyone as possible, to make it as dense as possible but as simple as needed, in order to understand everything. Patreon supporters of the Khan tier will receive exclusive pre-access to the Umay Atlas later this year. If everything goes according to plan, it will be opened to the public in early 2023. So, as you can see, there is a lot going on behind the scenes. The reason why I mostly keep quiet is because I don't do live streams yet where I could get into closer contact with you. And the reason why I don't do live streams is because I haven't done a face reveal yet. Perhaps I should in the future. We'll see. Anyway, I'll see you next Saturday for Boomin's Revolution. Until then, take care.